Okay. All right. Welcome, everybody. So we're going to continue this study of the Yoga Sutras. This one is a very interesting next sutra, and I'll do my best to share my own ideas about it. It's really worth contemplating, I think. It's really worth spending time to contemplate. It says the Sanskrit is klesha, which means the obstacles to freedom of mind, the obstacles to ending suffering, the kleshas. Mula, klesha mula, the root of these kleshas, the root problem. Karmasaya. Karmasaya is the reservoir or womb of these karmas. So, in other words, all of our actions have a storehouse, and in Buddhist terminology, it's called the alaya or the store consciousness. Uh, So it's worth thinking about. It's kind of like the Jungian notion of the collective unconscious or the unconscious. That this is the idea that we have an unconscious, and even if we're not aware of it, it still informs our actions. It still informs our thoughts, our actions, what we do with ourselves, our unconscious. Right? Or in yogic terms, it's the karma saya. In Buddhist terms, it's the alaya, the store consciousness. Drishta, seen or present. Right? Drishta is what is seen, or adrishta. Adrishta means unseen or future. Could be possibly future. So, what is seen and what is also not seen. So again, this idea that there's things that we're not totally aware of. They exist down deep in the consciousness. Janma means births. Vedanya means experienced. So the translation here is the womb of action and reaction. The womb, right? The store place of actions, of everything that we do, and all of our reactions. If we want to know why we act or react the way we do, we got to go down deep into this storehouse. Has its roots in these obstacles, right? The hindrances or the kleshas has its roots. Aversion, attachment, ignorance, these are the kleshas. And these actions bring experience into what we can see as well as what we don't see in the future. So it's kind of laying out a mental map of how karma or action works. Our karma is based on something that it's past actions stored deep in our unconscious. And this affects what we see in the present as well as what we see in the future. And these kleshas, these hindrances, are rooted in the store consciousness. So we may not be able to see all of these roots, the reasons why we act or react the way we do. So it's giving you a kind of a conceptual roadmap of how suffering works, how suffering manifests itself. All right, so if that's the case, then what do we do about it? That's what yoga is really after. It's not going to just leave us hanging and say, okay, this is the way that we suffer. There's got to be a way out of that suffering. Well, I think an initial way out then is by becoming aware that our actions and reactivity doesn't come from nowhere. It doesn't come from the immediate present moment, that there's deeper roots in it. And it affects not only the present moment, but also the future. So that's a start. And then to become active in our own life, in our own practice, to notice some of these our own actions or reactions that are based in the unconscious part of the mind, and to actively stop them through well, it could be a lot of ways, but compassion is one of the biggest ways to develop compassion. I will add that to this here, is that it's important to, even if we don't understand fully where our reactivity is coming from, to proceed, to consider proceeding with compassion. Now that might be really, really difficult in certain circumstances, but it requires pausing for a moment and noticing, okay, I'm having a reactive pattern that is not completely, it's not completely caused by what I'm seeing in the present moment. There may be deeper roots to it. In any case, yoga, hatha yoga, what we're doing is preparing our body to be open and to release some of these actions or reactivity that maybe create suffering. One way to think about this. All right. Okay. Let's start. Let's take a moment to slow the body down, slow the mind down, without necessarily trying to do anything with our physical body, but just keeping it relatively still, relatively quiet. Just mentally slowing, and notice that the mind runs quite fast at times. And we're purposely just noticing that speed, and if you can, make the choice to not to get off the train. Make the choice to get off the train of thoughts. Right? What does it feel like to get off a speeding bullet train? It's that same feeling when we land. Right? The bullet train has taken us to our destination, and now we're at our destination. We can get off, we can start walking, and we slow our physical body slows down. We got to catch our mind up to our body. In other words, we got to slow our mind down to be in sync with the movement of our body. Right? So just slowing down the body a little bit, and right, noticing as we come into a stiller place. Right? So the mind slows down to meet up with the body. And one way to do that is to become more aware of our physical body, just where it is, we're not moving anywhere. We're not actually moving. Actually, we are moving, and the whole planet is moving, but we don't see it unless we're still. The only way we can see how much the world moves is for us not to. All right, so we step off the train, sit down, and see, even though we're off the train, it's like the entire world is still moving. Can we become aware of that movement, even in this stillness? So we are still, and yet the whole world, including ourselves, is moving at a rapid pace. So just take a moment, see if you can enter that stream of rapid movement in stillness. We say stillness in movement, movement in stillness. All right, let's go ahead and just warm up by coming on to our hands and knees and doing some cat-cow just to start to warm our back up a little bit. And just warming our back up a little bit, stretching it out a bit, opening up the space between the vertebrae. And then let's make our knees a little bit wider on purpose. Sit back on our heels and slide our hands up towards the front of the mat. Forehead comes down, stretching the shoulders out a little bit, where the armpits reside. And let the head come all the way down, stretching out the hips a bit, and the back and the shoulders. Just rest here. Okay, and then walking our hands over to the left side of our body, walking over to the left side, just sliding or walking, so get a little stretch out of the right side of the body. Take some breaths into the right side, and then walking the hands over to the right side of the mat to stretch the left side of the body out a little bit. Okay, and then back to center. We'll come back up to all fours, coming back up to all fours. And again, doing this cat-cow motion, undulation of the spine, remember to lift the chin as well. Inhale to inhale to cow as the abdomen drops. Exhale to cat. All right, and then let's extend out the left leg, extending the left leg out. Circle the left foot around the ankle a few times, stretch it out. And then extend out the right arm. Reach that arm forward, hold. Pause here. You can look down at the mat instead of forward. Whatever's better for your neck. All right, and then let's switch legs. Bring down the hand. Lift up the right leg. Circle the right foot around the ankle a few times. All right, and then lift up the left arm. Right leg, left arm. Reach forward with the arm. Reach backwards with the leg. And back to center. Let's take the toes and curl them under the feet. Make the fingers really wide. Straighten the elbows. Push into the heels of the hands to lift the knees up. You could bend to keep the knees bent as you lift the tailbone up, so you get a nice straight line between the tailbone and the heels of the hands. Slowly straightening the knees, if to the extent that you can keep that back in good form. Drawing the heels down towards the mat. All right, and then stepping the left foot forward. Left foot comes forward. Just rocking a little bit here. Low lunge. Rocking a little bit forward and backward. All right. Then stepping the left foot back. Downward dog. Walk the feet in place. And stepping the right foot forward. Right foot coming forward. Rock a little bit forward and backward. All right, rocking a little bit. Stretch out the sole of the foot. It feels so good to stretch that sole out. All right.
And then stepping the left foot forward and rising up to stand. Rising up to stand. Right, circle the shoulders back and down several times. All right. And then we'll bring the the chin to the left shoulder, back down, up to the right, and back down. Just making that U shape with your chin. A U shape with the chin. Just stretch out the neck a little bit and the upper back. And then making a full circle with the chin. Stretch out the front of the neck in the process, as well as the back of the neck. Careful not to overstretch the muscles, especially if it feels really tight in one area. There may be a temptation to tighten the muscles or to stretch where the muscles are tight, but just keep within your range, making it easy for yourself. All right. And then bringing the head back to center when you're ready. All right. All right. Coming into mountain pose, just totally relax the body. Relax the muscles around the lower abdomen, the arms, the face, and the legs to the extent that you can keep your body from falling over. Nice easy breathing. All right, and then bringing the hands up in front of the heart, reaching forward and up for our first sun salutation. Breathing in and exhaling, fold in half, real easy here. Let the hands come down towards the toes. Left foot slides back. And lower the knee, lift the head. Just make it easy. Right foot slides back, lifting the knees up. All right, spend a few breaths here in downward dog, slowly stretching the calf muscles out, slowly straightening the knees out, and breathe. All right, and lower the knees down, and bend the elbows. Come on down all the way, lifting up head, neck, shoulders. You can push up, stretch out the core, and then reverse it to downward dog. All right, right foot step or left foot steps forward this time. Left foot steps forward. You can lower the knee. And then right foot slides or steps forward. Rise yourself up. Arms coming up. Oh, out to the sides and up. Bending back. And hands come together in front of the heart. All right, that's one. We'll do a slightly different version of this next one. Just relax the lower abdomen, relax the muscles around the buttocks, the muscles around the face, making it easy. Okay, number two, reaching up, breathing in, and breathing out. Fold in half. Right foot steps back. And now here's where it's going to be a little different. We're going to land our knee and lean back towards the right heel, lifting up our toes, the left toes, to stretch the hamstring of the left leg here. That's what we're aiming at. Stretching the hamstring. You can experiment with your back, the placement of your back, the lengthening of your back here. See how that affects the stretch of that hamstring. Okay, let's slide the left foot back when you're ready, when you've had enough. Elbows straight, externally rotating the shoulders, lifting. Downward dog. Okay, and go ahead and come forward to plank, lower down. Lift up. Downward dog. And then right foot forward. Right foot forward. Lower that left knee, and then again, we're going to do a stretch to the hamstring here by leaning back towards the back heel, lifting the toes of the right foot off the ground, pivoting on the right heel to stretch that hamstring out a little bit. Such a good muscle to stretch for low back pain. Wonderful. Great. You guys are doing awesome. All right, and then coming forward again, land the toes and step the left foot to the front. Come on up to stand. Arms rise up and back. And palms in front of the heart. All right, let's pause here for a few breaths. Relax the muscles in the abdomen, muscles in the buttocks, the muscles in the face. And consciously relax any muscles not needed to hold this particular form with the palms in front of the heart. All right, last one. We'll do this one in sync with our breathing, in sync with our breath. All right, ready? Reaching the arms up, breathe in. Folding forward, breathe out. Nice and easy. Left foot steps back, breathe in. Right foot slides back, breathe out, and lift up to downward dog. Take 3 breaths here in downward dog. Not fast, just a regular breath. And shift forward to plank. Breathe in as you do so. On the exhale, bend the elbows, come down. Inhale, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. On the exhale, return to down dog. And then breathe 3 breaths here. Just normal breaths. Left foot stepping forward on the in-breath. Next in-breath. Lifting the chin up as you breathe in. Exhale and step the right foot forward. Try to keep your breath long. Inhale, lift the head. Lift the arms. Continue to inhale. Big breath in. Exhale, hands come together and down. Nice long exhale. And then the hands come to the sides and rest. Try, if you aren't already, try breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose. And simultaneously relaxing the muscles that aren't necessary right now. The abdominal muscles, the shoulders, the neck, the butt, face.
All right, let's do a balancing pose. This is airplane. I'm gonna step the right foot back, reach the arms out like the wings of an airplane, and bending the left knee and launching off with the right leg. All right. How high you lift your right leg is up to you. The more you lift it, the more you lower your head, though. So if you lift your leg up more, then make sure to balance that by lowering the head more. We'll hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then coming out of the pose, lifting the head, lowering the leg so it's right in next to the left foot and resting. Again, coming back to nasal breath if possible. Of course, if you need more breath through the mouth is okay too. All right, let's try the other side now, stepping the left foot back as far as you can take it. Arms spread out, bending the right knee, launch with the left foot. All right, and then you can stay here, or you can begin to lift the left foot up and lower the head. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back up to stand. And relax the whole body. Nasal breathing if possible. All right, we're going to do something a little fun. We haven't done this before here. Or actually, maybe we've done it, but it has been a little while. Um, and this is something that really works the abdominal, not just the muscles, but the organs in the abdomen. So what we're going to do is make the feet wide at a kind of a V shape to a. We'll do this a few times. So if you don't get the hang of it the first time around, maybe the second or third time you will. So what we'll do, I'll just do a sample one, and then we'll actually do one together. So you breathe in, opening up your arms. Exhale all the air out through the mouth. Bend over, hands come down to the knees, and then you do what's called the stomach lift. So you're drawing all the abdominal organs up and into the rib cage. I mean, you're not literally doing that, but you're energetically doing that. So leaning forward and then keeping the air pressed out, draw the abdomen, the navel in and up, okay? Yeah, let me show you. You're doing something like this. Okay, all the air is coming out. Energetically, if and well, physically to the degree that you can. Yeah. So, all right. So the abdomen's going in. When you're bent over like that, it's a little bit easier to do it. But do what you can do here. It's just moving in that direction. Think of it as not an end but a goal, right? Something we're moving towards. All right. Let's try it, and we'll hold the breath in or hold the breath out for about 3 to 5 seconds, 3 to 5 seconds at most, and then release the breath. So you're here, you're exhaling fully, lifting the stomach up, release it, and then as you release, you feel that rush of air coming in through the nose, come up, and then breathe normally. And what this does, there's a lot of energy that gets captured in this process. So if you can really bring your attention to your breath while you release the breath, follow it in and out a few breaths, and you'll find there's a lot of energy there. At least that's been my experience. But check it out for yourself. All right, let's do one. Let's do the first one of 3. Ready? Okay, breathing in. Exhale through the mouth. Stomach lift. Hold. Release the abdomen. Breathe in and stand. Return the breathing to normal. All right, let's try it. Let's try number two. Number two, ready? Breathing in, open the arms up. Exhale fully through the mouth. Lift. Release. Breathe in and stand back up. Normal breath. Relax the abdomen, the buttocks, face. All right, last one. Last one. Breathing in. Exhale. Draw it in and up. Release and breathe. Now, if you get a really bad head rush doing this, that might be a signal that you're holding your breath out for too long, or something maybe you need to adjust there. You can adjust it by not holding your breath that long. Maybe for 1 second rather than 5 seconds or something like that. So you might want to start out slow and then build up to how long you keep your breath held out. This is something you can do on your own, and it's good. It gets those abdominal organs stimulated well, and so it's good for that. All right, let's go ahead and lay down and rest. Now we'll do shavasana. Find a space to come onto your back and relax the whole body. We've been doing a lot the last over 35 minutes, so just take a moment to capture some relaxation of the body. All right. So from this point forward, we'll do a few yoga poses, one that strengthens the back, one that stretches the legs, one that twists. We'll do an inversion, and then we'll do deep relaxation. Most of this is going to be, or all of it will be on our back side or on our front side. I'm sorry, sitting on the mat. Let me clarify that. We'll be using either laying down or sitting on the mat for these next ones. Okay, let's go ahead and roll over onto our front and practice the abdominal resting pose. Head turned to one side if you want to give your neck a little stretch. See if you can find a position that's comfortable for your body, whatever that might look like. Okay, let's do our back strengthening pose. So
Bhujangasana, forehead to the mat, hands underneath the shoulders, elbows tucked into the sides, lift the head, and lift the hands off the ground and hold here. Feet come together, toes pointed, buttocks are engaged here. Holding, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Go ahead and rest your head, maybe turning it the opposite side to stretch the other side of the neck and relax the whole body from head to toe. We'll do that one more time. All right, ready? Number 2, 2 of 2. Forehead to the mat, hands underneath the shoulders, toes pointed, feet together, lifting the head, then lifting the hands, holding, breathe, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, go ahead and lower the head and then stretch out the right arm up in front of you. Use your left arm to roll over to your side, to your back, and then recenter yourself on your back side and relax. Relaxing all the muscles throughout the whole body. All right, let's try a forward fold or bring the feet together. Reach the arms over the head, lock the thumbs. Stretch out the arms, take a deep breath in and hold it. Peel up the head, the neck, the shoulders, the back. Come up to a seat, reach up towards the ceiling with your hands, and then continue to fold the body in half, stretching the hamstrings out. Use your hands to help lift you up if you need to. That's totally okay. I'm just kind of rounding the mid back, letting the chin tuck, internally rotating the thighs, internal rotation of the thighs to really get at that hamstring muscles, that muscle band in the back of the legs by internally rotating the thighs. Just a very minute movement that you might barely be able to feel, but it makes a huge difference in what you feel in the hamstrings when you begin to internally rotate the thighs, right at the hips where the thighs meet the pelvis. And continue to relax the body wherever you can. Especially the face. All right, and then slowly coming back up to a seat, bend the right knee, step the right foot over the left for a half spinal twist. Wrap the left arm around the knee,
Right hand behind the back and turn, turn, turn. And here's another opportunity to draw the navel in towards the spine in the back as you twist. And twisting the spine is like twisting a wet rag. There's all kinds of toxins that are stored in that part of the body. So by twisting it, we're kind of twisting it out like a wet rag, releasing all those toxins into the bloodstream. Then we want to be careful about hydration, make sure we're getting enough to drink, to then rinse it out of the bloodstream. We're also, in this process of twisting, we're also stimulating the adrenal glands that exist in the back. Okay, let's come back forward. Stretch out that right leg again. Bend the left leg, step it over the right leg. And when we're ready, get your back straightened up here. Just like a little pump of the back can help to get everything back in alignment. And then before we take it out of alignment, wrap the right arm, bring the left hand behind you, and initiate the twist from the base of the spine. We want to do the base of the spine first before we start twisting the middle or the upper back. And then the last thing to turn is our neck. So we do it in an order, just like you would twist out a wet rag. Start on one end and go towards the other and just squeeze. Of course, we want to be gentle here. You don't have to push too hard. All right, and then back to center. Take your time to unwind. All right, unwind the spine. Sit cross-legged for a second. See how your back has responded to this. Take a moment to rest. See how your breath is. Try, if you will, some nasal breathing, making the inhale deep, the exhale long, if possible. And following the whole length of the inhale, the whole length of the exhale. When we can begin to get a sense of our breath, we're actually also getting a sense of the mind, able to direct the mind to a certain degree. When we can direct our attention onto our breath, we can also do the same for our thoughts. And the bridge is said to be the royal road to mind-body unification. So we want to unify the body and mind. The breath is the kind of like the glue or the bridge to doing that, unifying body and mind. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and lay down on the backside now. We'll do our inversion. So make your way onto your back. Go ahead and take some time to absorb relaxation that comes when you're on your back. So for this inversion, what we'll do is bridge pose. We'll do bridge pose for this. So to prepare, we'll bring our knees up, raise the knees with the feet close to the body. The hands are flat, palms down, next to the side of the body, maybe even close to the feet. Okay, then rising into bridge, push into the heels to peel up the back. Now let's make this a moving bridge. So we're lifting the back up on the in-breath, lowering the back down on the out-breath to massage the back a little bit and strengthen the low back. Inhale, lifts, peels up the back, starting with the low back, then the middle back, then the upper back. When you exhale, just ride it back down, lower the mid back, the lower back, and then the tailbone comes down, and inhale and reverse. Continue that for about 30 seconds. All right, and let's land the back, and you can find a place to have your legs if you want them stretched out or bent. Place for your arms if you want them at your side or crossed over your body somewhere. We'll move into deep relaxation. And start by circling the feet around the ankles a few times. Circling the hands around the wrists a few times. All right, we're going to do a simultaneous tightening and releasing of all the major muscle groups. So let's do this together all at once. Ready? We'll breathe in and tighten everything up. Ready? Breathing in. Hold the breath. Squeeze the legs, the arms, make fists, lift the head, arms, and legs together. And release. Make any last adjustments to your legs and arms. And then see if you can maintain stillness for the next few minutes. The stiller your body is, the deeper the relaxation goes. So get a sense of your whole body. Scan the body and see if you can relax any muscles that are tight. Right? Starting at the legs, abdomen, shoulders, arms, face. Just relaxing anywhere that seems a little bit over tightened. Loosen, see if you can loosen up those muscles. While we're loosening the muscles, you may also notice the rise and fall of the breath, the inhale and the exhale. So we want to divide our attention between relaxing and noticing the breath.
And then we're further dividing our attention between relaxing, following our breath, and now watching our thoughts, watching our mind. And lastly, further dividing our awareness to include relaxing our body, noticing our breath, following or watching the stream of thought, and lastly, soaking up any sense of peace that you feel. All right, wonderful. Let's begin to wiggle the toes and the fingers, and then to roll the legs, to jiggle the arms a bit, wiggle the head. Now stretch out the arms over the head if you'd like, and roll to one side. Find a way to come up to a seat in your own leisure. Klesha Mula, Karma Saya, Drishta, Adrishta, Janma, Vedanya. These beautiful words.
So this
Hmm.
is language that comes from the Sanskrit.
Sanskrit, yeah, this is Sanskrit, yeah. Klesha, obstacles. Mula, the root of the obstacles. Karmasaya, the reservoir. Drishta is the seen. Adrishta, the unseen. Right? This collective conscious. Janma is births. Vedanya is experienced. All right. The womb of action and reaction has its root in these obstacles, in these kleshas. And these actions and reactions bring experiences in the present and in the future, or in the future. All right, so a map of
the way the mind works in conjunction with obstacles that keep us from freedom, keep us from liberation, keep us from happiness. Sometimes we're happy, sometimes we're not happy, right? This is just a guidepost. Use it as you see fit. You can see, like, when there's difficulty arising in your life, you can think about these things and see, oh, you know what? There may be something that I'm not seeing, that I'm not aware of. Deep down inside of me, something is there. There's a storehouse of my past actions. Something is emerging now, and we can contemplate this. I contemplate this myself from time to time, but it can be useful when we're experiencing something, when we're experiencing some degree of suffering, to investigate, what is this about? Where is this coming from? And in yoga, the root is our own actions or reactions to things. The root of these kleshas, right? All right. May all beings be safe. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. It's by wishing others happiness that we ourselves can um, find also happiness. Right? Who doesn't want to be happy? Let's wish everything and everyone well. Thank you. All right. Thank you for your practice. We do our best. We keep at it. We keep at it. All right, folks.